Hey guys, it's Linda. Due to special request, I'm going to show you quickly how to do this, which is fanning your seams. This is a post that I posted yesterday, and a lot of you requested how to do this. So I'm going to show you how to do that to make a perfectly flat center there. So I've got my first squares here together. They go like that, so you can see when they're finished. The most important thing is to keep them folded as they came out of the machine. So this is how they went into the machine, and I sewed my horizontal stitch across connecting the two rows here. I'm going to take my iron first, and I'm going to set the seam, which means I'm just going to iron over the folded seam to flatten out all that thread in there. Now I'm going to seam rip these top two stitches above the horizontal seam stitch line, which is right here. These two top stitches I'm going to actually seam rip, and I actually got it a little bit started for the video purposes here so that you didn't have to see me struggle to find the stitch. I only want to seam rip those top two stitches above the horizontal stitch line, and I need to seam rip them from the front of this unit as well as from the back of the unit back here. So let me just do that quickly and seam rip those out. You want to make sure that you remove completely the stitch from both the front and the back side in order for this block to fan out. So it may take a couple tries to do it. Keep your unit folded such as this. It's a lot easier. Once you've got those stitches removed, unfold the unit on your ironing boards like this, and what you're going to do is actually force the seams to either side of each other. So one is going down and one is going up. Once I see that little four patch appear in the middle, I know I've got all the thread out of that seam, and that's going to go flat. And then I just hit it with my iron like so. Iron it out flat. One seam going up, one seam going down. And when I turn it over to the front, I've got a really nice flat center there, and that's exactly how you fan the seams. It also works the same if you're doing a pinwheel block like this. You can see this is what it would look like on the back once I get those stitches removed above the horizontal stitch line that connected these two rows together. So again, keep it folded flat like this. Press your seam so that you're setting the seam after you stitch it. Remove only the top stitches above the seam line. Don't back stitch. That's important. And once you remove those stitches, press one seam one way and the other seam going the opposite direction, and you should see a little pattern there in the middle, like this little pinwheel, or for instance on this one, a little four patch. And that way you know you've got all the thread out of that seam. And when you press it, you get a super, super flat seam. And that's what's called fanning the seams.